Yes, YouTube, welcome back to the channel. And today, I'm looking forward to today. We've got our very first high day. So I'm almost 6 weeks into my prep now, and I've not had a high day. I've literally just been in a deficit, stripping away at body fat, but I've lost a lot of weight in a short amount of time, which is okay at the moment. But if I were to continue pushing body fat down without giving my body a little sort of break, I think I would start digging into tissue. So refeed has been deployed today. I'm on 675 grams of carbs, which is lovely. And then tomorrow, depending on how my body responds, I'm going to send some check-in pictures on my weight over to my coach. Could potentially be having another high day. I've actually had my first couple of meals. I had them in the morning. I've done a little bit of work this morning, and then I've come out to do my steps. As always, come out to box off my morning step. I'm also not doing any cardio. These next few days are just to really try and wash off some fatigue and then see what happens with body weight. I've got no cardio Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Today is Friday, and then I may potentially not have any cardio on Monday, depending on how my body responds to the food, which is nice. I'm not gonna lie. More food going in, not doing any cardio. I'm a happy man. I'm gonna spend the next few days just really locking in my work. Training should be insane, to be honest. So I've got a few days where I can let my foot off of the gas. Check these ladies out. I don't know why, but whenever I'm doing my morning walks, I just really enjoy being in the nature. Couple of little calves in the back there. This is what was missing when I was in Dubai. I got to the end of the 2 months. I spent 2 months there, and I thought there's just something that's not here that I would like to be here, and I couldn't put my finger on what it was. And this is it, a little bit of nature. Oh, check these little calves out. Little mini cows growing up to provide me with some steaks a little bit later on. Lovely stuff. Right, I'm gonna get these steps boxed off, and then it's time to eat. Oh, looking forward to today. It's time to caffeinate then, people. I always have a meal and then I go outside and do my steps, but you shouldn't really have a coffee within 90 minutes of waking up because it blocks adenosine, which in essence means that you'll likely get an afternoon crash, or the chances of you getting an afternoon crash will be higher. So to avoid that, don't have any coffee for the first 90 minutes after waking up, and then you can crack on. Go balls to the wall. So I'm actually going to prep myself a little iced coffee, and then I've got a morning as well because I need to get caffeinated, get focused, get ready for the gym. So for those of you who don't know how to make an iced coffee, it's really not that hard. I'm going to show you how I do it. And by the way, whilst the weather is like this, these are absolutely unbelievable. They're just refreshing. Don't get me wrong, like I love drinking a coffee, but when it's hot, I do not want a hot drink. I do not. So iced coffee it is. So we've got 2 scoops of coffee in one mug, and then in another mug, fill it up with water to slap some ice cubes in there. So we've got my mug, it's got some water in, and slap some ice cubes in there. Now, this is the real star of the show. Don't get me wrong, I do like the flavour of coffee, but drinking a lot of coffee, the flavour gets a little bit overpowering, so I stick some of this in. French vanilla skinny syrup. Unreal. It literally tastes like you're getting, I don't really know what they're called, caramel, mocha, macchiato, whatever the names are, but it's no calorie. But yeah, tastes so good. Do need to be a little bit careful though, because this isn't great for digestion. Same with diet drinks. Like if you're dieting and you're using diet drinks to help with sweet cravings or just to give you a little bit of a sweet hit, they do disrupt digestion because there are some things in there that aren't really that great for you in terms of digestion. So just be a little bit careful. I usually say when I'm having diet drinks, 1 diet drink a day, and then I'll usually only use this probably 2 times in a coffee. I'm not usually having more than 2 coffees anyway. And then I have a Monster 2. And that keeps my digestion in a good place. Digestion is something that gets overlooked by a lot of people. Like you need to, thinking about it logically, like digestion is going to dictate how many nutrients you take on board from the food that you're consuming. So if you're eating processed foods and low quality foods and you're not eating any whole foods, you're having loads of diet drinks and monsters and coffees with sugar-free syrups in, you're going to cause a lot of digestive stress, which means that the food that you do take on board, your body's not extracting as many of the nutrients as it could do, which means that you're going to have lower energy. Training's probably going to be a little bit worse. So just be a little bit cautious and be a little bit careful. I mean, it's quite self-explanatory, but eat a healthy diet, loads of veg, loads of fruits, different coloured veg, whole foods, try and avoid, well, processed foods, ultra-processed foods. Not saying that you have to avoid them completely, because you don't, I don't, but just be a little bit careful and make sure that the majority of your diet comes from whole food. That way you can keep your digestion in a good spot, you can still enjoy yourself with a treat from time to time, and you'll be feeling as good as possible. Time to assemble this coffee. So we've got 1 mug with coffee in, we've got 1 mug with water and ice in. Slap the water in the coffee, literally just a tiny bit, not a lot. Oh, do you know what I am gonna get as well actually? This, right? My missus gave me this last time I was seeing her at her house. It's called flavour powder, ESM flavour powder. Per serving, 11 calories. This is dark cookie crumb flavour. Genuinely tastes unbelievable. So I'm going to stick some of this in with the coffee. Literally just a few grams. I've actually finished that off now. Got a little whiz. Lovely jubbly. Now watch this bad boy. Time to crack on with a little bit of work, and then it's going to be time to head in for pull. Time for pull. 2 meals deep, feeling good, feeling energized. I've got my intra workout to be taken during my session, hence the name intra. I've not got any pre-workout because I don't think I need any as of yet. The deeper that I get into prep, when I start to struggle energy-wise and training is a little bit harder, I think I'll probably pick up some high stim pre to give me that little booster. But for now, I don't need it. I wouldn't usually have an intra-workout, but because I'm running a high day, more carbs during my training session. So get in there, get active. We're in for pull then, chaps, kicking things off with a little warm-up, because I'm old and broken. And I'm at the point now where I do actually need to warm up, or else my joints start feeling a little bit cranky. I've done well, to be fair. I've got up to the age of 25 not warming up because I've literally not needed to. So kicking things off, I've had the same session in terms of a pull day for years now. So single arm lat pull down, just an isolation exercise to get my mind ready for the session ahead. So focusing on just elevating my scapula, bringing my elbow up, keeping it tight and driving it down. This exercise should feel like you're tensing your armpit. Next up, horizontal machine row to target the mid and upper back. Keeping my elbows nice and flared to emphasize the targeting of the upper back. 3 sets on here. Top set, dropping the weight, doing a back off set, dropping the weight, doing another back off set. And that will lead us on to exercise number 3, which is our second exercise for the lats, which today will be single arm horizontal row. So the single arm lat pull down is to target the lower lats, and this next exercise, the horizontal row, is to target the upper lats. So these 2 exercises in combination with each other will help to fully target all of the lats, because the lats are essentially a fan shape. So some fibers are horizontal, some fibers are more vertical. So attacking the lats from 2 different angles will allow you to train the whole lat effectively. Just 2 sets on here because I've already done a little bit of lat work. Next up, barbell bicep curls. This is a fairly recent addition into my plan. I've just swapped over an exercise, and I'm not going to lie, I absolutely love these. Keeping elbows tucked, keeping my wrist, my elbow, and my shoulder all aligned to keep my joints nice and healthy. And the last exercise for today is going to be an incline cable curl. So this is to target long head, making sure I'm keeping my bicep behind the center line of my body, which is going to target the bicep in the stretch. And then we're on to some posing. I do posing rounds pretty much daily at this point. My posing has improved a decent bit, but it definitely still needs some work. I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to doing some posing when I'm actually near stage condition, because I'll be able to see what poses look best. I mean, there are 8 mandatory poses to go through, this being one of them. That's in my opinion my best pose, the front lat spread. But you do have to do your own posing routine, and you can throw in what you like, so I need to get prepped for that. Session wrapped up. It was a good one. A little bit of extra carbs in the system. Boys, we've got the holy grail meal post-workout. Now, to spice things up with my food as much as I can, I swap my cereals out every now and again. I'm not going to lie, I love cereal. I could eat any cereal all day, every day. But today, we've got some Lion caramel and chocolate, which I've not had it before. Not gonna lie, it's looking pretty tasty, but then most things are looking pretty tasty. And then we've got Bosh, a couple of crumpets. Of course, we've got some crumpets in there. Also, Monster, the Lando Norris Monster is the best one. So good. So good. It's in the top 3 for sure. I was actually at my girlfriend's last weekend, and her dad came in. Her dad goes to the gym. He's been training for decades, and he saw me eating some cereal post-workout, and he was like, "What are you doing? Like, I thought you were a bodybuilder." And I feel like diet is a massive grey area with nutrition. You've got people telling you to eat carnivore, people telling you to do this, avoid this, don't eat that. And it is quite complicated, but then you just need to sort of take a step back and look at it from a logical perspective. So again, like I chat to lads all the time who are trying to lose weight, and they're cutting out all carbs, and I'm thinking, carbs are your body's most used source of energy. Fair enough, you might not know that, but just do a little bit of research. So if you're dieting, energy's going to be low anyway. You need to protect training performance so that you don't lose any muscle. If you cut out carbs and you're just consuming protein and fats, you're going to have low energy. Training performance is going to dip. You're probably going to lose a little bit of muscle. So just realised I've not got my mic on, brainiac. So back to the cereal. You want quick carbs pre-workout to fuel your training, and you want quick carbs post-workout to kickstart recovery as fast as possible. And you want carb sources that are quick and easy to digest. So things like crumpets, jam, honey, cereal, bagels are top-notch. White rice is also really good. I'm going to eat this because I am actually starving. I've been all right up until now in terms of hunger. I woke up this morning, I was pretty hungry, I had my first meal with those 2 bagels, and I was sound then. Obviously I had my pre-workout meal, and I've been all right. I'm not going to lie, the intra-workout that I had, I've not been having that because it upsets my digestion a little bit. So I think I'm going to steer clear of that and then place some more carbs either pre or post-workout. Looking forward to this, chaps. I really am. I'm salivating now. I'm starving, right? If you're thinking to yourself, why are you eating in your room? It's because it's 34 degrees outside. That's what the reading was in my car. Luckily, I've got this absolute lifesaver AC unit, which is keeping my room, it's genuinely chilly in here, so that's why I'm eating in here. Anyway, meal number 4. This is, I'm not gonna lie, I literally love all of my meals. Like, this is another heavy meal. Obviously, I'm on a high day, so food quantities are increased. Check that bad boy out. You won't be able to see it, but that's a pretty hefty bowl. So I've got 110 grams of oats, I've got a medium banana, 20 grams of peanut butter, and 50 grams of protein. And I've also sprinkled a little bit of Himalayan salt on top for the electrolytes. When the weather is like this, take some electrolyte powder. Make sure to put salt on your meals because you're going to be sweating, doing literally nothing. I've just driven to Starbucks. I've just been in Starbucks to do a little bit of work. It was a 6-minute drive. I had the windows down, and my grey vest, not a great choice of vest, but my vest was literally wet. I had wet patches. So keep on top of electrolytes just to keep hydration in a good spot. So I'm going to eat this. I've got a couple of calls. I need to box off the second half of my steps, and then it'll be time for my last meal. Oi, oi. Clocking off my PM steps, chilling with the sheeps. Don't know why, but I just love walking in nature. It's so relaxing, calming. I'm not thinking about anything, no work. Although I enjoy what I do, I'm not thinking about training, I'm just enjoying the nature. Getting amongst it with the animals of Earth. I've got about 4k steps to box off, probably going to take me around 35-40 minutes. Going to make the most of the nice weather. I do love it when it's like this. So many people complain, it's too hot, it's too hot. People in the UK, all they do is moan. I know that's ironic because I'm moaning now, but it's so true. Like, it's hot, the sun's out, it's too hot. It's cold, it's raining, oh, it's cold and it's raining. Like, there's just never, people are never happy. So jarring. You go to other countries and that's not the case. Like, people are genuinely happy, which is why I want to leave the UK. Not to say that everyone's like that, but there are a lot of people who just find any excuse to moan and to complain. What are they like, eh? So I'm going to box these steps off, had a couple of calls, got a new client to onboard, got my last meal to eat as well. Looking forward to it. I've been feeling pretty full today, I'm not going to lie. I've not really been starving. I was pretty hungry after I got back from the gym. But other than that, this extra food has sufficed. It's done well. I've not been hungry at all. Looking forward to tomorrow, sort of. I know Reese said there's a potential for me to be on 900 carb tomorrow, which is obscene. Like, that's almost 4k calories just from carbs. And then there's going to be protein on top of that, fat. So we may be clocking in at probably around 5k, maybe a touch more, which is a lot of calories. But then again, your boy's depleted, so I need to take the food on board. On these walks as well, I know loads of people find steps boring. I get it. If you're walking and you've not got any tunes on or you're not listening to a podcast, yeah, getting some steps in is probably pretty boring. But if you stick a podcast on, Theo Von is the absolute goat. Joe Rogan, Andrew Huberman, bad friends, Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee. Time absolutely whizzes by and you can just sit and laugh to the jokes. Or you can absorb some knowledge. Stephen Bartlett, Diary of a CEO is good too. Loads. Stick a podcast on. If you find steps boring, stick a podcast on. I can guarantee you'll enjoy them. That wraps up the day then. All tasks boxed off, and the time is not even 6:30. So that means I've got probably a good 2.5 hours to crack on with a little bit of work to finish the day off. But that's all my essential work and, well, sort of work for me ticked off. Steps, didn't do any cardio, training, food. This is my last meal, meal number 5. A little bit of a measly meal. We've got 250 grams of cooked jasmine rice. Jasmine rice, by the way, is just insane. I could eat it by the bucketful with a little bit of ketchup on. And then we've also got 70 grams of chicken. A little bit of a boring meal, no veg in there, but certainly is still tasty. So I'm going to pop up the calories and macros for this meal right now. I'm going to pop up the calories and macros for all of my meals up on the screen now. That's going to wrap the video up, people. I've also got myself a cheeky little 0 sugar Sprite just because I like them. That's why, to be honest. It's no calories, so why not? So that's going to wrap up the video, people. Hey, you've enjoyed it. Drop me a like, drop me a comment with any questions. Do not forget to drop me a sub, and I'll catch you in the next one.